See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are ever before me. Isaiah 49:16.
Besties, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are good. If you're new, I am Breeya the Weezy. Those who don't know, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and don't forget to follow me on my Instagram because I'm actually active there and I have a lot of work related content that I'm actually posting that I want you guys to actually engage in. So without me wasting any of your time, let's get straight into this video. So I wanted to do a visual video for my channel, and for those that prefer like an audio version of today's episode, please go to Spotify, Anchor and Apple podcast if you guys prefer that side of audio. But if you guys want to see my face and see how I actually look like, and right now I am back at home, to those that actually don't know. So now I'm very cozy at home, so just in case you guys hear noise here and there, my nephew's here. He's trying so hard to want to be in my videos and stuff. But yeah, anyway, so today's episode is 20 things that I've actually learned in my 20s. I always wanted to do this video for the longest time, but I felt like I was not in a good space to actually talk about the things that I really wanted to talk about in the video. But now in a very much a different environment, and I'm okay with everything that I'll be saying in the video. I've written everything down on my notes, and I don't want to go off topic because one thing about me, I can talk the whole day and not stop. I really want to touch down and talk about all the things that I've really learned in my 20s and things that you guys will actually do relate to as well. So the very first one is to be a responsible adult, and I'm sure a lot of people in their 20s are much more responsible and they are aware of the things that are actually doing. You cannot do anything without knowledge or clear understanding of what you're doing, and each and everything that you are doing, you're doing with a mindset of knowing that you're not supposed to take drugs, you're not supposed to do things that you don't feel comfortable in, and you're not supposed to steal if you don't want to do that. Because I'm not judging anyone, but I'm saying that those are the things that I've really learned in my 20s. You don't have to do something that you don't want to do. Just be responsible with your life, because we only have one life. You don't need to be forced to do something. You have to just be responsible and be okay and be mindful with each and everything that you're doing in your life, without being forced by outside noise or being forced by friends. Everything that you're doing in your life should be something you're okay with. So that's part of like being responsible. The next thing that I've learned in my 20s was to actually go to therapy if I feel like it. No one is forcing you to actually go see a therapist, because I know a lot of people don't feel comfortable with talking their problems with a stranger, but you can actually talk with God if you feel like. I sometimes do that because now I'm back at home and my therapist is in PE, so I don't speak with her a lot, but we do communicate through phones sometimes when I feel like I'm reaching like a very low moment in my life. So she is like a call away for me to discuss like whatever thing that I want to talk about, but it's not close to how I want it to be, but at least it's something, and at least I feel much better when I actually talk with her in some ways. So going to therapy, like, it does a lot of things in your life. I remember like a few years back, I was not in the place that I am right now. I was battling with a lot of like emotions and stuff, and a lot of outside noise were kind of like in my ear and trying to put me in a situation whereby I don't want to be in, and a lot of like past traumas also were kind of like surfacing in my life. And not that I'm saying that sometimes I don't encounter like a past trauma, or I'm not thinking about something that happened to me years before, but I'm saying that in a sense that like things now are like better and they're not the same how they used to be, and I've changed so much in a way that now I can be able to express my feelings. I was never a person that liked to speak about how I feel. I was always that person that always liked to push everything under the rug, and it didn't help me a lot, because at some point things that I was pushing under the rug were kind of like hurting me. And when you're holding a lot of things inside, they sometimes not good for you. You should voice out your problems and how you feel in the situation that you're in. For instance, let's say someone just hurt your feelings, and you just go by and say you okay, knowing very damn well that you're not okay. So it's a good thing that to address the situation hands on, and not go a day without talking about how you feel in that situation. I know there are things that you don't have to engage in when they happen. You can just move on in that situation and not dwell on them. But there are those where you feel like, now this person has really hurt my feelings, and it's in a sense whereby you really want to address it and talk about it in that situation. So therapy like really helped me in a way that I had to express how I feel, and I had to express the things that I am actually dealing with. So and there's a lot of things that I could say, like in a sense whereby I used to let a lot of people like pull me down, and a lot of people had a lot to say about what I'm doing in my life. So in a sense whereby like I used to listen to a lot of people saying a lot of now I really want to take my content serious. So in order for me to take everything like serious, I need to learn to do them alone, and not I'm always trying to take someone, asking them like, hey, are you free to take my content? And I need to also like give my sister a break from taking my content, because most of my content that is on IG is taken by her. So I really also need to give her a break and do her own thing, because now it's getting a little bit catty. So I'm trying to learn to do things alone. Like I'm in a step, or should I say I'm in a process of trying to do things alone. So yeah, and I am in the process of wanting to do things alone and not drag a lot of people with me. I'm sorry about that. I have sinuses, so I'll be touching my nose here and there. One of my goals this year to actually trying to learn and do things, maybe travel alone if I want to. Yeah, I think I need to learn that. Another things that I've learned in my 20s was, should I say, finding love. I won't say I have found love. I haven't. I'm single. It's bad. But I don't want to dwell on the fact that I want to be in a relationship with someone, but I'm in like a process of finding myself and loving myself, as I could say. So I don't want to focus on wanting to be in a relationship and meeting my soulmate and stuff, because baby, that's a process and only God knows when the time is right. But now what can I say, like, love has been something that has been in the back burner in 2023. I haven't been thinking about wanting to be in a relationship. And your goal these days might be a setback to some people that are actually want to make bread or trying to put food on the table. So sometimes it's not a priority to everyone, but with me, I've started to work on my goals in 2021. This when I have learned that a lot of things that I've read about and manifested that actually came to life. I wouldn't be in this space that I'm in right now if it wasn't for my goals, and I wouldn't even have a camera if I wasn't focusing on my goals and stuff. And one thing that has pushed me to wanting to reach my goals was to actually write things on paper, you guys. Or you guys can just buy a journal and just write all the things that you want to achieve this year, and make sure that you really focus on them. But I know sometimes in life there are setbacks and you won't reach all of them when the year comes, but at least you would have tried to want to achieve a certain goal in your life. For instance, like with my situation, in 2021, when I moved to PE, I had a certain goal that I wanted to have 2 years experience of me being an administrator. So that was kind of like something that I really prayed hard for, that I actually do want to actually reach. And I actually got that 2 years experience, and I prayed that in the last 6 months of me being in PE, I prayed so hard that my contract can actually get renewed, and thank God it actually got renewed. That 2 years experience kind of like a door being opened in my life in order for me to actually reach another step of my goal that I really want to achieve, which is me actually learning something from it. So setting goals is very much important. It's not little just because someone decided they want to build a house in a year. So if your goal is to wanting to finish like a degree or something, then do it. It's not little, it's something that's very much important to you. So whatever that you want to achieve, you will achieve it if you have God and your ancestors by your side. But you don't have to sit down and not do anything and expect things to be handed out to you. You have to go out there, knock on those doors, push yourself. There are days whereby you will feel tired and not want to do anything. You can just take a break here in between, but make sure that your mind is set on wanting to reach that certain goal. Whatever goal you are achieving, make sure you guys are writing it down, so that when the year ends, you look back to all the things you have achieved this year. So another thing that I have learned, or something that I need to also learn, is to actually celebrate my achievements. Okay, so when it comes to this, you guys, I've talked to you guys about this on my podcast episode. I don't know which episode it was, but if I do find it, I'll probably link it in the description box or in the cards or in the show notes for you guys. So I've been someone that has never celebrated my achievements. I will work on a certain goal, make sure that I reach it and I get it, and not do anything. And I felt like each and every time when I reach a goal, or when I have gotten that goal I was working on, I get too excited and not want to celebrate it. But now I've gotten to a point whereby now I need to celebrate each and every goal that I've reached this year. Even if it's small, even if it's big, I need to celebrate, because I have worked so hard to actually reach it. I've worked so hard to actually get that goal. So even if I go do my learners and actually pass it, I need to actually celebrate that. Even if buying myself a piece of cake, or actually taking myself out to go do my nails, or to go buy my favorite thing that I like, that's part of like an achievement. That's part of me celebrating my goal or my achievements. So I need to learn to actually celebrate my goals and not sit down and not celebrate them. I've worked so hard, and you need to be proud of everything that you have achieved. So another thing that I've learned in my 20s was to learn to be okay with failing. I know failing is not something that everyone is okay with, but I've learned to actually accept not everything will happen on the time I want it to happen. Or like for instance, back in 2018, if not 2016, 2016, 2018, 2019, like in those years back in college, like all my life, you guys, ever since I was in primary, I never failed. Let's say I've never failed a grade and stuff, but my dad made me repeat grade 3, right? So when I went to college, I failed, I think, one subject. I couldn't believe it because I was passing that was with great marks, and when the final year results came out, it actually happened that I actually failed the subject. I couldn't believe it. To me, it was like a shock because I actually didn't expect it. And then I decided I want to do that subject on the next semester, which I did, and I actually failed it for the second time. And then I was trying to look for ways on wanting to understand why I failed the subject, what was the reason for all of this, where was I getting this wrong, how did I actually fail this for the second time. And I actually did find all the missing pieces, and I actually did find a solution for the reason why I was failing it. And maybe on the third try I actually did pass it. And I know I had a friend who was also in the same journey as I was, because I remember on the second try she didn't wanna do the subject again, and she wanted to quit school. So I was encouraging her, like, friend, let's go, in order for us to pass the whole 80 months of our course and stuff. So yeah, it got into a point where by now I've passed it, and I'm never doing that thing again, because baby, it's not a child's play. So for whoever is doing that course, good luck and kudos to you, baby, because that course is very tricky. And for the whole entire year you'll pass it, but when it comes to December finals, baby, you'll see flames. But yeah, I was so happy that I actually passed that course and stuff, and I moved away from that situation, which has made me realize that I have to be okay with each and everything that I think that I'm failing in my life, and not punish myself for failing it, and try to learn and find reasons why I failed it, and trying to understand that it's not the end of the world. I can retry, do it again, and maybe the first time, the third time, the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, I can pass it, which actually happened. So yeah, so another thing that I've actually learned in my 20s was to not allow negativity in your life. Listening to negative things, or consuming negative energy, negative vibes, negative comments, and a lot of things that people say were kind of like one of the things that will make me question myself, or make me trying to understand why I feel in a certain way, because I would believe all the negative things that people say about me, in a sense whereby people tell me, oh my god, you're not pretty, oh my god, your head is so big, your eyebrows are so bushy, your lips are so thick, like things like that. They made me believe that I was never good enough. I remember back in my primary, like a lot of people were talking about my weight. Oh my god, you're so skinny, like girl, you guys want to be skinny now, like was the tea. So I used to like believe, or I used to consume a lot of negative things, and in a sense whereby sometimes I would question some of the things that I would do. Let's say me wanted to start a channel, I would think about, oh my god, what would people say, in a sense whereby I used to hate my voice. A lot of people used to talk about, oh my god, why you talk like you're snatching your voice, whereby I talk like this each and every day, because when I speak English, it will be in a different tone. I don't know why. It happens to every one of us, but this is how I speak when I'm even speaking my home language. I don't know if I'm actually making sense, but I speak like this. But a lot of people used to have negative comments around that. But anyway, I don't allow negative energies, negative pleaser like I was, and just learn to stand on your own. And another thing that I've learned was you are responsible for your own happiness. Each and everything that you are doing in your life, your happiness is your own responsibility. You need to make sure that you are your own person. Your happiness comes first. Whatever that's happening around you, you making yourself happy. Even if you're trying to cheer yourself up, maybe you're having a bad day, listen to your favorite music. That might also cheer you up and make you feel happy and not sad if you were sad. So your happiness needs to be a priority. That statement is very clear. I don't think it needs any explanation. You are responsible for your own happiness. And another thing that I've actually learned in my 20s was to take a break. One thing about me, and I've said this before on my podcast episode, I don't know when to take breaks. But ever since 2023 has started, I decided to actually take a break from social media as a whole. Not that I am saying I was not posting. Yes, I was posting here and there, but I've learned to actually take a break. Ever since 2021 and 2022, I didn't know when to take breaks. Always I'm trying to work and trying to find a way of me wanting to do something. But now this year, I've learned to take breaks. I'm in between. If I don't feel like doing something, I would rest, watch TV, or maybe listen to my favorite podcast and just relax, take breaks, maybe even go out if I feel like doing it. Or maybe being with my family is something that I really do enjoy. Mostly being with my nephew, really do enjoy that. So taking breaks in between and recharging, recouping is something that one needs to do and not overwork yourself. So as a person, Jay, you need to take breaks in between, because you're not a robot. You don't need to overwork yourself. Yes, I know there's a statement saying that you need to work hard in order for you to reach your goals, but sometimes, baby, one needs to relax, take breaks in between, and not overwork yourself like I did last year, and just enjoy your own company. If you want to sleep the whole day, please do it. If that's also part of you trying to take breaks, do that. Another thing that I've learned in my 20s was everything that I'm actually encountering is a lesson. Whatever failure, disappointments, happy moments, everything in life is just a lesson that one needs to learn. I know God sometimes teaches one to be patient when it comes to things. Let's say you wanted to get like 90% on your test, and then you get like 89% on it. There is a lesson probably that you were supposed to learn. For instance, when I mentioned to you guys that I failed 2 times, there was something that I needed to learn from it and deep dive in it, so that I can learn from it and make sure that I don't repeat the same mistakes over and over. So each and every lesson that you're actually encountering is like a lesson to you, so you don't have to feel kind of like disappointed. Just take it as something that you are supposed to learn from it. Even if you lose friends, maybe there's something you need to learn from it, from that situation. So yeah, man. So yeah, another thing that I've learned in my 20s was to not compare myself to others. Yes, comparison is something that everyone does. Like, you would compare yourself to someone else, but you don't have to make it a habit to always compare yourself to others. Yes, it's good to look at someone else's growth or someone else's achievement, friends for different reasons. I have friends that I used to work with. I have friends that I grew up with. I have so that when you guys are older, you guys can look back to those memories you guys are creating. hop back. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. If you watched this video this far and you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Mwah.